Hi, ice cream. That's ice cream. Okay, hi guys. It's Dutchess. Full disclosure, I did just smoke a bowl, and yeah, let's start with that. But I just wanted to talk about something that's been on my heart so much lately, honestly. It's like sometimes we ask for eyes to see and ears to hear, and then you see and hear shit you can't unsee and unhear. But, okay, I feel very silenced in the last 5 years. I feel very punished in the last 5 years for having individual thought processes, for speaking out on evil and tyranny, and quite frankly, pedophilia. I'm saying it. Remember when you could just say whatever the fuck you wanted? Remember that? Like, that wasn't even that long ago. Before algorithms ruled the world. Like, I've been thinking about AI. Aren't filters AI? Just a different kind? Like, and I don't know. I have no clue. I have no interest in tech. I actually hate tech, personally. But when I was thinking about it, I'm like, that's some facial recognition in AI. Like, I just feel like, feels like AI has been around a lot longer, but they just decided to fully roll out their evil master plan, right? I saw this video. I'll see if I can find it again, and I might do commentary on it. It was one of the guys who like created AI, and he was just like a cross-eyed reptile looking motherfucker, and the room full of people looked like a bunch of half-dead stiffs that I wasn't even sure if they were human or not. Let's be fucking real. Like, I look at them, I'm like, what is that? Remember demon face syndrome? Remember when they were like, uh-oh, some people might look like demons. You're the one with mental illness. We're not demons. You know, the thing is, I'm getting real tired of them playing in our faces, of them rubbing this pedophilia, this opulence, this wealth. You know, the first thing I thought was, what the fuck am I looking at? Am I watching the Hunger Games right now? When I saw that video. But second of all, I thought, how much good could they have done with the world with the amount of money they put into this Nobel Peace Prize? This guy was getting the Nobel Peace Prize. I get why people think we're in the rapture, because good is evil and evil is good. How, I don't know, just looking, I should do a whole video on that video if I can find it, just reacting to it. But anyway, I'm tired. I'm tired of not speaking up. I'm tired of being punished. I'm fucking tired of the internet. I'm tired of the trolls. I'm tired of the algorithm. I'm sick of TikTok shit brain rot. I'm sick of constantly censoring myself. Not getting to swear like I want to. Not getting to say the fucking words I want to. Like rape, pedophile, child sexual abuse. These words have power and they have meaning. And today, I want to teach you about the pedophile flag. The minor attracted person flag. One of the biggest pet peeves I have living here in fucking shit hell world 2025. One of the biggest pet peeves I have. It just went out of my brain because I got so mad about it, you guys. What the hell? I told you. I smoked a bowl. Let me try and find it again. Let me find the thought. What is one of my biggest pet peeves? That jumped right out of my body. Oh, I think it was not being able to say what I want to say, but also the pedophiles, man. The pedophilia. And everybody making us feel like we're the weirdos because we care about that. That's what it was. I'm tired of people trying to make me the weird guy. Make you the weird guy. Why do you want the Epstein files? Why do you, oh yeah, maps, minor attracted person, not a real thing. Just like trans kids are not a real thing, I will die on that hill, that's abuse. If they can't fucking rent a car, a hotel room, can't drink alcohol, can't smoke cigarettes, can't go to war, why are you gonna let them cut pieces of their body off? Important pieces. I'm not yelling at you, ice cream. I'm gonna take it down a notch. That shit just makes me mad. That was it. I found it, guys. We circled around because I dabbled with the devil's lettuce. But we're circling back. One of my biggest fucking pet peeves in 2025 is predators hiding in marginalized groups. Remember when you guys were down my throat about, not you, maybe not you if you're watching this, but some of you were down my throat about saying, guys, there's something fishy about the entire fucking BLM enterprise. The people running it turned out to be predators, didn't they? They were feeding off of your fear and your hurt, your trauma. They ate that shit up like a fucking snack and licked their fingers and stole all your fucking money and did not put it where they said they were gonna put it. Hence, we come back to the Nobel Peace Prize. Why are you getting any kind of fucking peace prize when there's literal war on Earth? Let's start there. Let's not have war no more. These are basic fucking human values, and that's why I don't believe the people who run Earth are human. I'm tired of being made to feel crazy. I've been channeling this shit for years, and people tell me what you do isn't real. You're not a real being psychic isn't real. Yes, it is. Oh my God, guys, I have a lot of emotions right now because I'm so tired of living in pedophile world. Aren't you? Isn't this the exact thing I've been talking about for 7 fucking years? And we're hearing about victims right now telling their stories. Shit I've channeled. Do you know how painful and difficult it is to be ahead of your time? It feels like you're living in a world of dummies. Dummies and predators. It's hard. And I want to talk about the fucking pedophile flag because they are trying to be LGBTQIE bamboo. That's why you can't let everybody in a group. You cannot just let everybody fucking self-identify. These are medical terms. Y'all flipped the script and you made it unsafe for all of us. I'm just so mad. Do you know how hard it is to be smart? In a time where a lot of people are brain dead. Okay, we're going to talk about that flag because I see it everywhere. I see it everywhere. I see the symbols everywhere. Pizzagate was real. Pizzagate is real. I should be able to say that. Why the fuck can't I say that? This is America. Freedom of fucking speech. Stupid ass platform with its stupid ass fucking weird ass agenda on humanity. Silencing us, censoring us. Fuck you. I don't care anymore. Give me a strike. I don't fucking care. I don't care. You think I fucking care? I've got my own website. Those who are meant to find me will find me. I don't need this corrupt ass social media platform. And I forgot that. Because I got real brainwashed for a while there. I thought it's so painful being different. I just want to fit in. So I shut my mouth. And I got tired of being punished. I'm a grown-ass adult and I've experienced a lot of abuse in my life. I don't appreciate punishment when it's not necessary. This platform has been punishing me whenever I talk about real shit. Whenever I speak how I want to speak. I'm done. I'm done punishing myself. I'm done punishing other people. That's not my job. I'm done being punished. That's not why I came here. I came here to fucking change things, because things are stupid and bad. But amazing too. Like look at this planet. This is like the blueprint for utopia. And they flipped it into a pedophile hellscape, which, let me circle back. You were warned at the beginning of this video about the bull. The pedophile flag is dark pink, light pink, dark blue, light blue, and white. It's a little too close for comfort with me with the trans flag, and before you jump down my throat and try to hang me in the square, I'm not saying that trans people are pedophiles. I'm saying that them pulling off of that marginalized group's imagery is disturbing for me, especially because what we know about child sexual predators hiding, 1111, child sexual predators hiding within this marginalized group with self-identification trans. Everyone seems to agree about it with Lily Tino because it's kicking you in the dick. It's like smacking you across the face. You can't not see it. But do you know how many Lily Tinos there are? Again, not coming for normal people, coming for the weirdos. All right, let's talk more about this flag. I see it everywhere. It haunts me. When you know what to look for. Now, I nanny 2 young boys, 4 and 8. I love these kids. I love kids. Genuinely. It's hard for me that we live in a reality that devalues human life in general and devalues humanity. Like, we're living in such a time where people have lost their humanity and people are so desensitized and traumatized and horrified, and like I said, we're living in a pedophilic hellscape. But I have other kids in my life too. I have family members. I gotta take this gum out of my mouth. It's natural gum. It tastes very bad, but it's supposed to be good for your minerals. And I like to chew gum. Anyway, I have lots of kids in my life that I love deeply. And since I've been nannying, I've been watching the TV shows with the boys. There's so much hidden symbolism in all of this media. Like I haven't come across, and I'm not saying just new shows are the culprit. New shows are just a bit more, I don't know, it's just they do it different, right? It's different. But I'm watching old Disney shit, like Disney Channel original movie, like DComs. Just kidding, but you know what I mean. Like, this is the shit that like is close to our heart. It's nostalgic. It's the shit we grew up on, the stuff that like shit wasn't good at home, or we were dealing with our own personal battles, and it's like we're learning to escape into this entertainment, and it holds a safe space in our heart, only to find out that it's like so many of these child actors have been abused and raped. They want me to say it, sodomized. Spirit just put that in my head. They're like, words are power. Words are power. We have to get real. Nobody's real. Everybody's living in this ugly fucking pretend pretty shitstorm of an illusion. What's with that too? What's with the obsession with poop and butts? All these kids shows, it's poop this, pee that, butts. Like, it's all fucking bathroom humor and just weird. The kids were watching a show today where it was like everyone was sticking, like they were little characters, and they were sticking their butts out and twerking and then kicking each other in the butt. And they did it to over 200 people. Like, they were keeping track. It was like a meter, and it was like 200 people got kicked in the butt, and like every scene is like freaking close up twerk butt and then a kick. Like, this is children's TV. And I was like, okay, that's weird, like Cardi B, like, that's suspicious, but try not to jump to conclusions, because people will fucking jump down my throat too and be like, you just see the world like that because you were abused. Blah! Like, honestly, if you attacked me in any way, of course I'm like, fuck you. like there's a way to say shit, and some of my longtime subscribers fucking disagree with me, and they tell me, like, normal people, they're like, yeah, like, I did, or they call me out. Zoe, like, I have to say, like, you call me out. Like, you called me out when I wasn't explaining myself right at times, so I was coming off in a certain way, and you were like, wait, I don't like how you said that. But you said it in a nice fucking way. And there are plenty of others. There are clients, subscribers. I love you guys. You're fucking awesome. I'm really not yelling at you. I think I'm just yelling at the world. And I think a lot of you probably feel the same way. And anyway, I have the voice and the platform to say it, but I've been censoring myself because YouTube's been censoring me. But I'm breaking those cords. I don't care. I'm going to say it. Fuck me over. I don't care. It's not a punishment no more because I don't need you. Not you, YouTube. Susan. Just kidding. I know she doesn't own it anymore, and her life has fallen under tragedy, and you have to ask why. Why? She lost loved ones. We have to ask why. These people in power, it's like, people are always unaliving. It's so, no, let's use the word. People are always they're suiciding themselves. I like to call it, they got suicided. They're committing suicide. However you want to say it, I'm using the word. As someone who had to overcome suicidal ideation due to the world that we're living in. Who wants to live like that other than these freaks? So then in the show, like I said, I'm like, oh, let me not jump to conclusions. Then the girl has on a pin that's like a teddy bear. Can't make this shit up. And it's light blue, light pink, yellow, and white. The Travis Scott statue at that festival had the colors on the chain. You gotta dig for that. You gotta know how to research to find anything on that special little festival. More punishment if you talk about that portal to hell. Genuinely, portal to hell. But the colors were on the necklace of the statue. That is very hard to find, but I dug and I dug and I dug and I found it. They've got the pedophile flag colors. I just watched Air Bud today. Do you know how many times the pedophile flag colors were all put together as one, like purposefully? Like there's a scene where there's like this quilt laying over, it's constant too. There's like this quilt laying over the couch, and it's like dark blue square, light blue, yellow, and pink and white. And it's like draped over, don't quote me, I don't know if that's exactly what it was, but it had the colors. It was purposeful. And then there'd be scenes where the little girl would be in pink, the little boy, like the children, the daughter and the son, would be in blue, and then the mom's wearing a convenient yellow jacket. The courthouse at the end. The courthouse at the end, the legal systems, the people who decide the systems. It was a big yellow courthouse with some creepy ass light blue symbol at the top of it and white pillars. But I'm reaching. Why would you have that in a decom? Or even all the fucking feet shit. The fucking Nickelodeon feet shit. You know what I'm talking about. All the allegations. You know what I'm talking about. It's heartbreaking. And then it makes sense why all these people lose their fucking mind at some point. Child stars, a lot of the time, God bless them, if they even survive. A lot, like, it's crazy just how fucked up things are and how in our face they are, but it just feels like the spell is broken, baby. And like I said, the spell's been broken for me for a long ass time, but I kind of shut up about it because people, You know, I'm still processing COVID. I'm not, like, I feel like I need to keep talking about that shit because why are we acting like that shit never happened? Why are we acting like I wasn't literally getting threatened at the laundromat? I'm coming back for you. A nurse in her nurse outfit with a mask on, screaming at me through her stupid mask with crazy eyes. All I can see are her demonic possessed eyes. She had on like 3 masks. Sorry, lady. Sorry. I'm not doing it. Because none of it was real. Like, COVID was real, duh. But the amount of division we needed to have, like, it would have been cool if people would have either, if you're gonna conform, at least be fucking decent about it to your fellow human. But I was screaming from the rooftops, do not fucking conform. You give them an inch, they're gonna take 100 miles. How many times did I say that? I got so persecuted, just like good old Jesus Christ. I did, I just saw an orb. It's true. I'm not, that's the other thing. To all the losers online who spent precious time and energy writing me 5 to 10 paragraph essays about how I'm the epitome of all that is evil for your reason or your reason or your... Name a reason. I've gotten it for every fucking stupid little thing ever. For being myself. Yeah, fuck you. But also, I was right. I was right. While you all were worshiping the almighty drugs that get distributed directly into your bloodstream, directly into your skin, your 2222 on the clock, your epidermis, your biggest organ in your body. Y'all just love to worship any drug, any legal drug that they can inject directly into your fucking flesh suit. Yeah, y'all treated me like shit. I'm still processing that, for real. I'm still processing COVID. I'm still processing the amount of physical and emotional harm was threatened on me. The amount of attacks I experienced in public. Oh, I was talking about that lady with the mask. She was saying, I'm coming back for you. You better watch out when I come back. And I had to come back because it was a laundromat. You have to get your laundry. You have to get your your fucking whatever. Your dried clothes. You gotta, it's a laundromat. You gotta keep going back. There was a man outside who watched the whole thing and did not come support me until after she left, and then was like, what was with that lady? And then when she came back in later, he like got scared and like pretended like he wasn't talking to me. Weak little man. He was like old enough to be my dad. And then the Aldi situation where a woman was literally screaming at me, humiliating me this close to my face while screaming at me about social distancing. All like a day before Christmas, humiliating me in front of like 45 people at Aldi, and everybody just stared like with their fucking masks on, and she's ghetto, right? A lot of these nuisances to society are ghetto, and small-minded people don't associate a race with ghetto-ness. Like don't do that. Because I know small-minded people will come in, well, what do you mean by ghetto? You must mean this or this. You must be racist. You must be, no. You're telling on yourself. Because ghetto comes in all races, all sizes, all nationalities, ethnicities. That's why I'm calling you small-minded. Can't see the bigger picture. Anyway, these ghetto people are a nuisance to fucking society. I'm still processing COVID. I'm still processing the 3 major deaths in my life over the last year. So again, like I was starting to say at the beginning, like, If anyone who like attacked me online, it wasn't normal, couldn't just have a normal conversation, like, fuck you forever. You're a piece of shit. Like, grieve 3 really important people to you and then just try to be yourself online while trying to fucking survive that. 3 really close people, your pet being one of them, because Cornica was a people. She was a cat, but she was a people. She was my baby. And that was fucked up, the way that shit went down. How about you lose 2 of your best friends and one of your favorite people on the planet, all in 1 year? Then go try to have your fucking career, mind your business online, and just be torn to shreds while you're just trying to survive. I will fucking bite the bullet and share my restraining order story. I have a recording I did 4 years ago of me talking about my abusive relationship. The instances of many, like every day for almost 3 years. Every day. Hell on earth. But the instances of hell on earth that got me the restraining order. And I will share it. I've been avoiding it, but I will, because it's important. Because everybody yells at me, not everybody, right? But I gotta not talk like that. But fucking, I used to have to do dialectic behavioral therapy for borderline personality disorder. I don't have borderline personality disorder, but sometimes when you have a lot of trauma, you can be very fluid in how you process that trauma. And like CPTSD, complex PTSD, it often goes undiagnosed because it has, each form of trauma comes with a different coping skill, which can look like a different diagnosis. So like, I used to do dialectic behavioral therapy because it helped me not think in black and whites. Like, I'm like, everybody's mean to me, but that's not true. That's how I like, it's a weird trauma coping mechanism that I have to work on. Anyway. Like, just try that. Actually, don't try that. Don't try that. But like, have some fucking empathy, right? Have some empathy. Fucking Saint Teresa terror. That's what I'm gonna call her from now on. That was an accident, a happy accident. Saint Teresa Taylor, aka Saint Teresa Terror. Like, the things she said to me were incredibly unforgivable. And I didn't even read the most recent 8-paragraph essay I got about how I'm worse than anybody doing actual bad stuff. I'm just tired. Like I said, I'm tired of living in like a pedophile and illusion and hatred and war first reality. I'm fucking over that. I've been over that. I've been waiting for everybody to fucking catch up for the last 7 years, and I'm tired. I'm tired. But yeah, so the circling way back, the Kicking Butts kids show, it had a pin with the colors, the fucking Air Bud, it was everywhere. Like, the rooms were pink, and then like the outfits were like blue and yellow. Like, it was everywhere, man. Throughout Air Bud, I hated how much it was everywhere. Also, Air Bud was stressful. Yo, I was stressed. Like, why were they making children's movies that brought us so much anxiety? That was like so heart-wrenching, because the answer is they feed off our trauma, suffering, and pain because they're not normal. This ain't normal. This is not normal. Pedophilia is not normal. Pedophilia is a crime. And it's the most disgusting, horrible, evil. I sound like Mermaid Man, but it's not funny. It's so wrong. It ruins everything. We cannot have a healthy, capable, functioning society built on pedophilia. You are destroying lives, not just of the victims, but of the people who love those victims. For what? Just so they can age out of your perversion after a couple years and you can go hurt the next kid and the next kid and the next kid? What if that's all an agenda? to keep society in a state of constant rape. Raping our energy, actual rape of the bodies of these children. And just innocent people too. Like, yes, yes, child trafficking, yes, protect the children, but protect the adults too. Human trafficking is modern day slavery. Stop trying to make it about you. If you are someone in this time that is like still trying to yell about how your ancestors were enslaved and stuff, honey, all of our ancestors from different groups have been enslaved by different groups throughout all of time. And guess what? Humanity as a whole is enslaved. We're all slaves. But the real, true, nitty-gritty enslaved people are those who are trafficked. Children. These are unacceptable, horrendous crimes against humanity. What if that game is real? I thought about that the other day. It was in my friend's basement. I walked by it and I was like, what if the scenarios are real in that? You know, false consent, predictive programming, putting that shit right in our face so they can laugh in our face. Like, that's how I feel right now. I just feel like all the pedophiles are laughing in my face. And even when Trump recently was like saying like this Epstein stuff is a hoax, the guy next to him who apparently like he was having like a laughing fit. And first of all, there is something wrong with you if you laugh on the topic of human trafficking. There's something real wrong with you, especially if it's child sexual exploitation. You're the weirdo, not me. Like I said, right? Like, stop letting them try and make us the weirdos. We're not. They're the weirdos, mister. But anyway. Where was I going with that? Oh, the guy laughing. The guy laughing was like Epstein's neighbor or something. What's he doing there? They are laughing in our fucking faces. 3233 I just saw on the time. It'll be a little off though, because I'm going to add the fucking butt slap intro. I think I will. I don't know. I don't know if it's appropriate for a video like this. I'll have to think about it. Probably not. I don't know, man. I don't know. Sometimes, you know, I'm trying to be a leader. I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm under a lot of pressure that I put on myself, but I also feel the pressure of being in the public eye. I know I'm not under a lot of surveillance, but it's kind of a lot of surveillance for me. Like, and when you think about it in the scheme of like a room, like I went to my mom's graduation and there was 5,000 people there, and I just remember being in awe of how filled the room was, you know? So it's like, we've been really conditioned to believe that like only these really, really high numbers in money or views or whatever matter or are worthy, and that's just not true. It's fake. The internet is fake. It's a fucking weird-ass two-dimensional parallel universe where moments are caught in time forevermore, and sometimes I wonder if fragments of my soul are stuck in there, or what's going on the dark web. Apparently only 10% of what we use as internet is not the dark web. It's all scary. It's you know, but at the same time, we got the numbers, and they know that. If anyone should be scared, it should be pedophiles, because you ain't right. Something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. You're not right. I will never bend thy knee for a fucking pervert. I hate perverts. I hate them. And I pray one day the world is rid of them. But anyway, I just wanted to spread awareness. Like, and the other thing I wanted to say about this is, like, we need to be taking these symbols back. I used to talk so much when I first started my journey here on YouTube about taking back stolen symbolism. So much symbolism has been stolen. So much. So much. That's why you see me adorn myself in these symbols and stand with these symbols even when people scream at me that they're demonic or whatever. Because, yeah, I'm taking them back for the light. I'm taking them back for God. I'm taking them back into Christ consciousness. I'm pulling them with me because they hold power. And they've been perverted. Most of the time, they get perverted into something they're not. In pedophile world that we're living in. And we have, like, irrefutable evidence of now. Can everybody stop acting like, no, it's not real? Yes. Don't you think I want it to not be real? Don't you think I wanted to be wrong when I was literally freaking out, telling all my friends and family, pedophiles run the world, pedophiles run the world, blah, 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 7 years ago when I figured that shit out? Don't you think I wanted to be wrong? Like I said, I'm just fucking smart. I know how to research. And you know what? God gave me the information. Spirit, my guides, God. They just be laying the tracks sometimes and I just follow. Like Alice down the rabbit hole. Another pedophile. Did you know that? That pissed me off. I love Alice in Wonderland. When I learned that, Lewis Carroll was a pedophile. That whole book is about like an 11-year-old he fell in love with as like a 30-something-year-old or something like that. Asked to marry her. Yeah, it's everything is pedophiles. And I saw the world like this when I first woke up, and I think I had to kind of dim it down because when people weren't waking up and when people were trying to make me the bad guy for pointing it out or trying to make it seem like, oh, I just see the world through my lens of trauma and, you know, you have empathy for me, but there's something wrong with me. No. No. Sometimes I might jump to conclusions, but a lot of the times I fucking don't. And y'all, I just be knowing. I'm that Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's sitting there with the drink like but how everybody edits it to make it fucking sacred geometry, his third eye lit up, like, how did you know that? And he's just that's me. But it's not fun being the Leonardo DiCaprio meme, especially when you're over the age of 25. Another pedophile. Just kidding, I'm not. That was a joke. But at the same time, isn't that weird? Doesn't that perpetuate a Lolita culture of like women expire at a certain age? They're showing me Madonna and her like 19-year-old boyfriend. Like, when do we draw the line? When are we like, no? Why are you weird like that? And I think people finally are. It's pretty cool. Like, I've been devastated hearing all this Epstein shit. I've been devastated by the cover-up. I'm just not liking it. Obviously, because I'm normal. And healthy. Excuse me. Kind of lost my train of thought there. Oh, I've been devastated about this shit going on, like hearing all this stuff. But in a way, it's also been validating to things I've remote viewed and channeled or even researched. And then in another way, I'm happy because it's finally mainstream. It's really hard when you find like a really important topic that needs to be fixed immediately that is forced out of the mainstream. I'm just tired of living in pedophile world, and I'm tired of seeing the flag everywhere. I'm tired of seeing it on so many kids shows, like an abundance of kids shows on Netflix. I saw it, dude, it was like in my slapping me in the fucking face on Hill House on Netflix which is insane, by the way, extremely intense, a little bit triggering, definitely scary. I have not been scared by a TV show in a long time, but it's like this, like, there's something extra evil about Netflix. I don't know really how else to say that. There's something really dark about Netflix, and I got off it for a while, but I got back on because I wanted to watch Supernatural, and there's something evil. Extra evil. Remember when they put out Cuties and then tried to make us the weirdos? Like, aren't you guys like aren't we tired of this? Like, aren't we doing the same thing over and over? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. This is my video saying I am tired. I'm this is a new Dutch. It's a combination of old Dutch before she got beat down by the fucking pandemic, the algorithm, and multiple loved ones' deaths. So it's like the old Dutch before that, the Dutch that's experienced that. And I guess when you combine them, that's what I am now. The Dutch that like narrowly escaped death on a really dangerous mushroom trip that my own cousin dosed me on. After dosing her friend too much too, and like her friend almost lost her fucking mind. And like was not okay, and then fucking dosed me too, to the point where the hospital kept asking, were you trying to kill yourself? You know how many times they asked me that? And I'm using the words, right? I'm getting out of my abusive and narcissistic relationship with perceived authority, whether that be the government, YouTube, whoever the fuck, the trolls in the Saint Teresi terror. Just kidding. I'm sorry, you set yourself up to be trolled by me for the rest of time. I'm probably never gonna get over that. I'm a Cancer. When our claws pinch, sometimes we have a hard time letting go. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, on Hill House, the little girl who ends up committing suicide on Hill House, like there are 2 suicides in the family. It's like a haunted house. It's really fucked up. The little girl, it keeps going. I like it though because it goes from the past to the future to the present to it bounces, and I like that. And there's a lot of different characters, so it keeps my attention. Like, I have to pay attention. So much shit does not keep my attention. That's another thing. They destroyed our attention span. Did you guys even realize that? That our attention spans have been absolutely fucking... I just saw someone like clog dancing. Like clog dancing on our attention span. The optimal video now is 7 seconds. Think about what you were watching before the pandemic. Before TikTok. Before that specific kind of brainwashing. Anyway, the little girl, she's in these pajamas and they're light blue, light pink, yellow, and white. I've seen it multiple times in the Hill House. It's like, even some of the shit they do, I'm like, did they actually do that to someone? Like, is that where they're getting their inspiration? Like, some of the, the gory stuff that happens, I'm like, is this based on, even, y'all, the girl on Hill House says, Nellie's dancing in the red room. And, I can't remember all my fucking research. Plus, I rewatched Fall Cabal. Listen, I am not a QAnon, but that is the best collection of, evidence and receipts. That lady's dead, by the way. She's dead. She was missing for 2 weeks, then found suicided herself, but it looked like she'd been tortured first. Fall Cabal is not about QAnon. It's not about Trump. Yes, there are parts that are like that, but that's not what you should take away from it. What you should take away from it is some of y'all asked me how to research. It is endless amounts of research that is nearly impossible to find at this point. In reality, in 2025, we've been so heavily censored. The staggering evidence and the way she puts shit together takes out so much of the legwork of the actual observer. You're not digging for the truth. She's laying it out for you. So, and that's usually how it is, right? There's usually some sort of controlled opposition within the truth. There's always some kind of truth in a movie or in a myth, in a legend. So if you can watch Fall Cabal, when you have you need a strong stomach and a strong mental state too, because it's horrifying. Horrifying. It's been censored off everything except her own website. And it's the truth. And so if you have the wherewithal to be able to watch that, leave out the parts that feel like illusion and take with you the proven facts. Because we gave Trump a chance to be our savior, right? As QAnon would say. And look how bad did he fucking fumble that shit. But if I was petty, I'd say, oh, it's because of the small hands. But, you know, I try to stay out of that shit. I don't really want to make fun of either of them. I used to fucking rag on dude. What is Nancy Pelosi? There are literally interviews of her being like, we're reptilians, as her teeth like almost fall out her head. You know, they say that about krill, which is another thing that they call the parasitic entity that is a reptilian. Back in ancient Egypt, they used to call them vril or krill. Changing language, right? We've seen a lot of that. I know krill is a fish, but what if it didn't used to be? Anyway, they say that when you have a reptilian attachment for long enough, it'll start to make your hair fall out and your teeth fall out, and like it just rots away the human flesh, which I think is why they have so many clones on hand. But also, like, the Epstein survivors report their eggs being harvested and shit, and like if they literally eat people and like part of their food is sexual abuse and trafficking, like why wouldn't they have a human farm? They fucking do it with like meat now. Like, have you seen, dude, I like hate that I eat meat. Like, I love meat, but it's like that shit, it's so fucked, like what these animals go through, unless you're getting it from like a private farm or whatever. But like the grocery store meat and everything, like they're tortured. And I've always felt like the powers that were herded us like cattle and felt like we didn't matter like a bunch of cattle. I just saw 4747. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I even saw a movie the other day that like and that's the fucked up thing, which is the other point I want to make. I think we need to take these colors back. Even look, I fucking have this dream catcher that I love this dream catcher, and someday I do this little thing where sometimes I buy things for my kids that aren't here yet, and it kind of just like reminds me like, yeah, like someday, and then I'll like, and then when I actually have them, I can look back on it and be like, oh, like I remember when I had that in my house. So like I got this for my future child. I loved it because it looks baby, right? It's like blue, pink, yellow. And then I'm like looking at it and I'm like, fuck. Nothing's safe. Like, I don't know, man. I'm seeing it everywhere and I love the aesthetic. Like I said, the movie I was watching, the guy was in blue, all the women, it was like 80s, so they were wearing cute 80s outfits. The girls were all in pink, the walls were pink. Everyone was in pink and yellow and white. But the aesthetic, you guys, like the color palette, the aesthetic, it was immaculate. And so, how I was saying we have to take back our stolen symbolism, like, I'm not feeling guilty about liking these colors anymore, and I'm gonna notice them and I'm gonna speak about them when I see them, and I'm gonna continue to share information like this, and I'll go more in depth on anything that I know about. Oh yeah, I was saying, Spirit just reminded me, Nellie's dancing in the red room. Well, like I said, I've consumed so much information over the years about satanic ritual abuse, about, they're telling me to bring up Maria Abramovic. I always say it wrong. I always say it wrong. Thank you, Teresa, for telling me I say it wrong. But yeah, spirit cooking, like, these are all places to start. Dude, Blair just tipped me off to MK Often. I didn't even know that was a fucking thing. Knew about MK Ultra. I did not know what MK Often was. I have to deep dive into it, but basically it seems like MK Ultra, but testing supernatural abilities. But what I do isn't real. I'm just so sick of y'all. Not y'all, but you know what I mean when I say, like, I'm sick of, I'm jaded, man. I'm sick of humanity, but at the same time, all I want is peace. So even though I'm like sick of, I'm you know who I'm really, the people I'm really mad at are the predators. People I'm really mad at are the people who are in charge. And yeah, I'm gonna just go back to speaking how I want to speak and not censoring myself and speaking from the heart and taking back those colors, like, for what they're supposed to mean, which is like, yellow is the sacral, or I'm sorry, it's the solar plexus chakra. It's about confidence. It's about self-assurance. Ironic, right? That they would steal that color, but also not ironic, because childhood sexual abuse steals who you are, and sometimes it steals who you're meant to be, and sometimes it steals you from the world altogether. It's thievery. It's Seven of Swords. It's disgusting. It's not natural. It's wrong. It's criminal. I think sexual abuse, honestly, in general, should be taken as seriously as murder. Because I have been so violently raped that I almost died. Don't know if I'll ever speak about that experience publicly. It was a really dark time in my life. That's what ultimately sent me down a spiral and absolutely fucking destroyed my mental health, destroyed my life, destroyed everything. My physical health, my emotional health, my trust in anything. It like broke my brain, and it made all the childhood trauma come back. So it was hiding. So that's how you survive. You lock it away to function until you can't anymore, until you're faced with reality, which is what I'm doing now. I'm trying to force people to face reality. And the reality is we live in a pedophilic world. And as I said, I want to, you know, no matter how much this shit is in my face, I still want to hold the Christ consciousness frequency. And I've thought about this a lot over the last year, because I believe in God, but there were points after Cornica died, quite frankly, that I didn't necessarily believe that God was unconditionally loving, or maybe that God wasn't what I thought it was. I really grappled with my faith in the midst of Cornica's death, on top of everything else I was dealing with. And I realized during that time that even if there is no God, or even if God is not good, or whatever the things I was questioning and didn't know if I believed anymore, I realized that I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Like, I'm gonna do the right thing because that's who I am. That's how it feels in my soul. That's the only way I can live with myself, is to speak about this stuff and, you know, just to do the right thing, to choose peace instead of war, to fucking stand up against pedophiles, to stand up against tyranny, to stand up against medical abuse, to stand up against domestic abuse, all the shit that I'm passionate about. I would still be passionate about. I'd still be the same exact fucking me, whether God existed or not. You know what I mean? Like, if I found out that there is no God tomorrow, I wouldn't go fucking start the purge because I found that out. Like, I still want to do the right thing. I still, like, I don't need a higher power to hold me accountable. I hold me accountable. And people have been so quick to fucking scream at people about how that particular person thinks the person they're perceiving should be accountable, while taking zero accountability for their communication to others, whether it's harassing people during COVID, which, as I was saying, I was never gonna fucking wear that mask, but I also had 2 fucking medical reasons why I couldn't. Remember that violent rape I talked about where I almost died? Yeah, I almost suffocated. I'm not putting on your mask. I'm not restricting my airways. When people would approach me in public, you don't have PTSD. Only people who went to war had PTSD. First of all, you don't fucking know me. I could have gone to war. I did not, but you don't judge a book by its cover. Second of all, that is the most dumb shit I have ever heard. And it's something I thought before I educated myself on psychiatric care, which is something we should be taught in school, just like women should be taught about their menstrual cycle and how to have healthy, safe, consensual, like fully consensual birth. So much of what women go through while giving birth is medicalized in a way that makes women not have consent over their bodies during a very important, life-changing, maybe the most important experience of a woman's life in some cases. It will be in my case. That shouldn't be something that you can make fun of me for either. Women really love to tear down other women for wanting a family or wanting to be a stay-at-home mom or for working with kids. And it's like, I don't tear you down for wanting something else. I also don't force you to have something you don't want. I don't have any say in your life at all. I don't want to. Don't say shit about my life or my wants or my needs or assign all this stupid meaning like you must not respect yourself, you must have internalized misogyny, you just want to be a trad wife. How about I just want that because I want that? How about I want that because I'm biologically wired to want that? How about that's just who I am, that's what I feel in my heart, and that's it. But yeah, I am just ramble on. I have lost my train of thought. I don't even know where this train is going anymore. But anyway, I'm tired of living in pedophileville, pedophile world, pedophile universe. Like, I'm sick of this shit. I want to take the symbolism back. I want to take those colors back. I want to, like, have those colors in my life and in my home and maybe in my wardrobe without feeling, like, gross. Or, like, someone would, like, think bad of me or, like, think that I'm representing that. Like, I hate that for me. Also, I'm not making any accusations, but I did watch a video by Mariah Elizabeth, a very popular children's creator, and she literally painted the pedophile flag on 2 different, like, to a T. Could have been an accident. I'm not saying it was intentional. But, like, it was the flag to a T. She paints squishies. And she showed it in the first one. Like, she had done it once and, like, showed that off. And then, in the beginning. And then showed the second one off that she was doing. And then put her daughter in those exact colors. And, like I'm saying, like, it could be innocent. She could have been like, oh, I'm gonna match my daughter to my squishy. That'd be so cute. Like, I don't know. But I'm awake. And I see it everywhere. And it hurts me. And I want to take these colors back. And I want to take the earth back. I want earth to be peaceful. I want children to be safe and protected. I want to end modern day slavery of human trafficking. And I think that kind of starts with me just talking about it and not censoring myself anymore. Yeah.
I think that's it. So, yeah, if you have any questions or you want me to elaborate on... Oh, sorry, the last thing about Nelly dancing in the red room. What I was getting at with that is, like, that sounds familiar to me. Like, red room sounds familiar. Like, it's like one of, like, basically like a murder room is what I feel like I remember it is. But like I said, shit's been scrubbed from the internet so much that I can't keep track of all of my memories. Like, there's certain shit that just, like, hits different. Like I said, there's shit I cannot unsee. And there's shit I cannot unhear. And like I said, I will elaborate more on that if you want me to, but I don't want to go in, like, I've been talking about this for a long time, and this hurts my spirit, my heart, my soul, my body. It hurts everything. That this is our reality. It's just so sad. But anyway, like, the red room, I'm pretty sure that's a saying, like, for this kind of stuff. And then she said pandas don't like macaroni. Like, she's talking in her sleep in Hill House. And the girl says, pandas don't like macaroni. Panda is a thing that they talk about with child abuse, child sexual abuse, where they black out both eyes, and we see this imagery. We see celebrities and people in the entertainment industry recreating these looks. Like Lady Gaga did panda eyes one time with her fucking costumes. It's just all such a fucking letdown. Like, all these fucking assholes, they're just such a fucking letdown. Like, I'm Tyra Banks. Like, how dare you? I was rooting for you. I actually screamed earlier in this. That's crazy. I was literally yelling. Like, that's crazy. I just sometimes forget how much this shit upsets me, and I try not to think about it, but that's not the answer either. And so panda is something that they do with that. And then macaroni is, it's a typical fucking pedophile slang term. Spaghetti, pizza, walnut sauce, macaroni. One time, Ashniko, I binged her music, and then I got fucking food poisoning, and I had to puke for 24 hours, and the entire 24 hours her music was blaring in my head, and I was like, this bitch is evil. Like, I don't know, there's just something about her that's real off. I love her music, but there's just something my body rejects about her, and I'm not saying anything my body rejects is evil. I'm just saying that's my opinion. That's my opinion! Just kidding. But anyway, Ashniko made a post, and it was like, she was like turning into a demi-devil, and it was really disturbing. Like, she was like actually looking possessed, and she was like, help me, like, it was actually really fucking scary. And then they waxed her, which was definitely a humiliation ritual. They waxed her coochie while she had to sing, and it was just weird. Like, the waxer looked like she was like too into it. Like, it kind of scared me. And then she made a post that was like, give your favorite pasta and your favorite body part. Mine is rigatoni rectum. And I was like, oh, okay. That's why I'm rejecting you, because you're like, whatever your handlers are doing to you right now, they're like forcing some sort of pedophilic representation and sexual abuse and exploitation onto this art. So when I heard her say, Nelly's dancing in the red room, pandas don't like macaroni, like, that sounds funny to any unaware person, but to someone who's awake, it's like everywhere I look, it's just all I see. But anyway, I'm gonna stop blahing. If you if you want to tell me something and be decent about it, even if you disagree with me, great, leave me a comment. If you want to fucking share this, share it. Subscribe if you want to see more shit. And that's it. Thanks, guys. Love you. Bye.